these are my work in progress Catachans. I haven't played a game of, well, anything, since 2012. So I thought, well, what I need, instead of like a great big company of guardsmen or, what would you call it? Some other huge, unfeasibly large army, what I would need is something that I can fit in one box and take with me down to the Games Workshop. So I thought, well, I'll get a platoon of Catachans, because, I like Catachans. And we've got Sly Marbo being Sly. Although I will say, actually, just as it's not like a review thing, but this model is really very difficult to put together. You may hear the wife in the background having a think, but never mind. See, I had to cut the knife down there. I think it looks better cut down, to be honest, but I could not get this model to stand up properly. And then I could not get even the relatively simple thing of the right arm to, the camera won't focus. So even the relatively simple thing of the right arm I couldn't get to work, so I had to sort of use a mixture of milliput and green stuff, which I took to call them milli green, but my materials are a bit old, so it didn't work great. Anyway, that's everybody's ready for paint, essentially. I made some Bulgrins. Normally I don't like Ogrins, I don't like the lore behind them, I don't like the fact that they've got a cognitive disability and it seems abusive to use them. But I don't know, just this time around I thought, well, Bulgrins are using different equipment and they've got armour and shields and stuff, and this guy's got a monocle, so I thought, well, yeah, okay, they're smart enough to use gas masks and shields and monocles, then they can't be, I don't know, I just don't like the lore of the normal Ogrins. It just feels, and I know that this is ridiculous because it's the Imperium, but it just feels abusive to me, so I've never included them before. I've got some models from a Soviet company that I'm making, and I've got the Ursus warriors, they're like the bears, they're like Ogrin sized, but I figured, well, a bear man, that's different. I can use a bear man as an Ogrin standing, because that's great. That's a different set of lore, I like it, and so as a consequence I included them in that army, but I never have in this one. Anyway, what I've done, this is the Catachan this is the Catachan army box thing. It's, you get like an army in a box, and you get this tank and this tank and those men in the background, and you get this squad, and then you get 2 more squads of Catachans. So to that I included the Bulgrins and Sly, so I could get the download code for Total War, which is where this all started. And then I used the weapons to, I got 3 more squads of Catachans, and then I used the weapons from the heavy weapons sprue, because you get lots, to make 2 mortar teams and 3 missile launch teams for the platoon itself. The heavy flamers, now this is going to be a veteran army, so the entire, I forget what the formation is called, but it's the veteran formation where there's no troops. So this army is they're all veteran guardsmen, and so they're festooned with kit to make them, to delineate them from my Cadian company, which don't have any sort of ostentatious ornamentation on them. There's we've got all sorts of different things. Now the heavy flamers, they are made with a variety of flame weapons that I had, and then Catachan flame backpacks, and Cadian flame backpacks, and that's aluminium wire cut and bent to shape, and then green stuffed in to make it look like sockets. Everybody's got, basically every surface that could logically have some doodad stuck to it had, and then the leaves, which obviously have to be painted to make them look better, they are, I bought some some trees from an aquarium thing, Pets at Home in the UK, and I cut those up and then used them sort of as plastic flock. So this is the army as it stands. There's also a Valkyrie, but I haven't really got anywhere logical to put that. Give me a minute. So yeah, this is just a work in progress of them. And I will get the Valkyrie. We'll put them on the shelf out my way. Then we will get the. I'm having a reach. We'll get the Valkyrie. Now, as to the Valkyrie, it's not painted yet, obviously. I've got the little gunners and the doors are open, but I glued it to the flying base because, well, to the big base. I don't like flying bases; they're a pain. I don't like magnetizing things because I haven't got the patience. I don't like painting things in pieces because, again, I haven't got the patience to then glue them together and then I have to do touch-ups. No, so this is just glued to one, kind of like with those Mantic guardsmen in that platoon that I did. It's just glued to the base, simple as, and that's where I'm going to go with that. So that's where we're up to so far. I've watched the film Platoon probably 10 times while putting these together, and there have been times since I've felt like the child born of those two fathers. I've seen that film so many times I can almost quote all of the lines. Ooh, just about the commander. I was going through Colonel Troutman. Look, he's got a lot of green stuff on him. Okay, it's going to be like a poncho or something under his big coat. But the point is that I wanted him to look like Colonel Troutman, so I've given him, I had to use some green stuff to fix problems in the coat, because obviously it's not designed to go in this model. And then he's got a flintlock from an old, I want to say, Pistolier set from Empire, as was before the Age of Sigmar thing started. So that's them. I think every model in this army except for Sly Marbo has got some kind of thing to them that, they've got like doodads stuck to them and stuff. I think one of my favourite ones so far is the plasma gunner from the command squad, who just uses 2 sights, just to be absolutely sure, and then special goggles, because he's got the helmet from, if it'll ever focus, he's got the helmet from a vehicle crew. Again, covered in all kinds of stuff, because you never know what you're gonna face as a Catachan veteran. Now, just to be, I forgot to mention about this, so I'll mention it now. I'll move the Valkyrie out the way and I'll put the men back. Gosh, this is a long video. The thing about the film Platoon that I noticed was very few of the people in the film wander around without a helmet on with any great regularity when they think that they're going to come into contact with the enemy. So here I've got the command squad over with the plasma gunner. They've got no helmets on, some of them, and then the sergeants in the infantry squads have got no helmets on, but they've all got so like he's got a bayonet on his plasma pistol just in case shooting somebody with superheated plasma isn't lethal enough. But all of the sergeants have got a helmet on them somewhere. Because you're not wandering around without a helmet. Because in the film Platoon, you see Sergeant Barnes with a helmet on when they get to the big battle scene. The first big battle scene where Sergeant Elias dies. If that's a spoiler, I'm sorry. And I've even got like a Sergeant Elias type model. This guy with his flowing locks. But even he has a helmet on him. this is what comes, this amount of spare partery is what comes from putting a company of Cadians together. So yeah, so that's my WIP Catachan army so far, and I will post a better video when they're painted.